Hi, it's Raj Bapala, co-founder and CEO of Appla. As a parent, we want to give the best experience for our kids. I've got two kids, 11 plus, and other one is doing GCSE exams. So we've spent a lot of time and a lot of money for tuitions, 40, 50 pounds a class on math, science, and English, and many things. And also we've tried our platforms and people saying, okay, use Atom Learning, iExcel, and this and that. And they're okay, but at the end of the day, you're paying 40, 50 pounds for them, and it's really not working out. It's just like only one, and again, where do you go for the next, right? And it's just like a simple mock exam practice, it's there are so many things you can do. It's not really a comprehensive feedback mechanism tool, right? That's what I think. I got really frustrated with all these tools, and again, spending with teachers and tutors is not really working out. So here, that's why we built Appla with the vision of actually helping kids as early as, like from year 8 years onwards to all the way to the GCSEs. We've got the whole curriculum built. Again, we've digitalized the whole UK curriculum here. So, and actually we're giving a value only 9.99 a month, 10 pounds, right? What is that? Is the cost of a pizza, even less than that. And so we want to give that a best experience for everyone. You can really see from year 4 to year 11, they can see every single subject, math, they can able to look at this lesson. They can practice but understand the concept first rather than writing an exam for the sake of writing. And then you can able to do a lot of practice also. Then, what is this thing? And then you can see the assessment and whatever you wanted to do. And you can do a lot of things again each year, year 4, year 5, year 6, all the way to there, right? And that's about it. And also you can, once you have there, then probably, most people will go for 11 plus, which obviously you can really see. And yeah, so we have built a comprehensive 11 plus past papers, around 5,000 papers we have. And again, four topics: verbal, non-verbal, math, and English. So you can able to see pretty much everything. You can take exams. Also, you can get the feedback. Also, you can see how many exams you've been taking. And these are the exams I've been taking, verbal reasoning, and also you can really give the feedback by the subject, by lesson, and at least it will give you a really great feedback for the parent and also teacher for obviously if he's having a teacher and also a parent and the kid for writing them as well. You can do quite a lot of things as well. So an example, let's take an exam for verbal reasoning. So you can really see that it actually I did an exam math for now before it actually tells you where you got right, where you got wrong. It's really great, right? As a parent, you cannot able to tell, what is the correct answer, right? So you can able to do, and it's brilliant, isn't it? So it just saves a lot of time. A lot of institutions are charging 40, 50 pounds, even for a paper sometimes, cost like that. And we're giving for free 5,000 questions, right? And many unlimited questions and papers they can do, all for 9.99, and they can do practice again if you want to do it. Just simply go and write an exam, and you can able to see submit papers. You can directly see as well, and the results coming through. As an example, let me go back and show the exam as well. So if you see some of the exams what I've done just now, you can see that exam coming through as well. You can really see the results. So it's just brilliant way to actually get the feedback as well as assessments for the kid who is writing the exam and studying, as well as for parents not to spend too much time for them to sit with them and write down exams, and also more importantly the cost. And we'll explain a lot also all of this in subsequent videos. You can also see that as well. I really trust this is valuable, and take advantage of this offer. It's only 9.99, which is a significantly lower cost. Anyone can able to afford it. It's a cost of a small pizza these days, and compared to 40, 50 pounds a tuition class. And I truly trust this is helpful for you. And yeah, sign up at appla.com/UK, applaa.com/UK, and register for free. And it's 1 month free as well for you guys. So make use of it. And if you're writing the 11 plus exam, all the best. And again, we'll explain further details also in the subsequent videos. Thank you for watching.
Welcome to today's explainer. We're diving straight into something literally every 11 plus student and parent knows all too well. It's that sudden, overwhelming rush of nerves the exact second a practice test begins. Today, our entire focus is on transforming that 11 plus practice test anxiety into manageable, actionable confidence. So here's our roadmap for today. We'll be covering the 11 plus anxiety trap, before the timer starts, surviving mid-test panic, learning from your mistakes, and finally, staying in control. Let's get right into it. Section 1, the 11 plus anxiety trap, understanding the fear. Look, when that timer starts, the fear is incredibly real. You sit down, you see a ridiculously difficult question right off the bat, or maybe you're just remembering a lower score than you wanted on a previous test, and panic just sets in. It's a completely normal human reaction. But here is how we change the game. We need to remember feedback, not failure. We've got to completely reframe the whole purpose of these practice tests. I mean, a practice test is exactly that. It's practice. It's not the real exam, and it is absolutely not a final judgment of your abilities. Instead, we need to treat it as a vital diagnostic tool. It's just designed to show you what you already know, which question types maybe need a little more work, and how you naturally handle time pressure. A low score isn't a failure, guys. It is just highly specific, useful feedback.
Section 2, before the timer starts, building your pretest foundation.
So exam confidence doesn't just magically appear out of thin air during the test, right? It's actually built proactively in the crucial moments before the clock even begins ticking. Here are the exact steps you want to follow. 1. Prepare your space. 2. Take a few calm breaths. 3. Actually read the instructions. And 4. Start confidently. Now, it sounds super simple, I know, but the importance of creating a consistent pre-test routine literally cannot be overstated. Because if you do these exact same steps every single time you sit down for a practice test, the start of any exam suddenly feels incredibly familiar and safe. You're basically signaling to your brain, hey, we've done this 100 times before, we're completely in control.
But what if the sheer idea of sitting down for a full test is just way too much? Well, don't jump straight into full-length mock tests. If timed practice makes you anxious, you have to build that stamina up gradually. You've got to start small. Consider this progression. Start with timed mini-tests of just 5 questions and then review them. Easy, right? Then push it to 10 questions, then 15. And then finally, you work your way up to a full mock test. This strategy is brilliant because it trains your brain to get used to time pressure in manageable, bite-sized pieces, rather than overwhelming you all at once.
Section 3, surviving mid-test panic. Navigating the tough moments. Because let's face it, even with the absolute best pre-test routine in the world, you're going to hit some tough moments where the pressure mounts, the clock is ticking, and panic just strikes out of nowhere. Imagine you're going along nicely, feeling good, and bam, you hit a trigger, a high-difficulty math problem. Let's say it's a difficulty 5. You're asked for the area of a triangle with a base of 12 centimeters and a perpendicular height of 5 centimeters. Suddenly, it feels like the timer is moving way faster, your heart rate spikes, you look at the multiple choice options, and the visceral stress of hitting a wall just takes over. And almost immediately, your brain jumps straight into this negative mental spiral. I can't do this. This is the classic self-doubt loop that typically happens in our minds when we face a really hard question. It starts to feel like this one single question is going to derail the entire test. But here is the powerful, positive reframe you need to instantly snap right out of that negative loop. Tell yourself, I'll try it, and if I'm stuck, I'll move on and come back later if allowed. Honestly, read that again. Say it out loud right now if you have to. You've got to remember that one difficult question does not determine your whole result. You are in charge of how you spend your time, so definitely don't let one obstacle completely stop your momentum. And speaking of time, notice the timer sitting up in the top right corner. That timer is a tool to help you maintain a steady, sensible pace. It is not a monster hiding under the bed just waiting to frighten you. So avoid watching the countdown constantly. Check your progress at sensible intervals, keep a steady rhythm going, and just trust your pacing.
But if that panic really does start bubbling up and you genuinely feel overwhelmed, we're going to use a really practical, physical, simple reset technique. In fact, I want you to practice this with me right now. Let's slow down. Pause. Take a really slow breath. Relax your shoulders. Read the question again, and focus only on the very next step. Don't think about the entire test or your score or anything else, just the single question right in front of you. Grounding yourself physically like this completely resets your mental state and helps you get your focus right back on track.
Section 4, learning from your mistakes. The post-test autopsy. Okay, so the timer has finally hit 0, the test is over, and now it's time to review the results. But here's the key. We do it without judgment. It is so incredibly easy to see a low score and immediately say, well, I'm just bad at maths. We need to interrupt that self-judging statement immediately with this stark analytical question. Why did I get this question wrong? This simple little shift encourages deep curiosity instead of harmful criticism. To execute this post-test review properly, we pinpoint the exact reasons for our errors. Was it a knowledge gap? Was it just a silly calculation error? Did you misread the question? Was it simple carelessness? Or maybe an issue with your timing? Once you categorize the mistake into one of these specific buckets, you immediately know exactly what you need to practice next. It literally creates a custom roadmap for your studying.
And as you practice, I really want to stress the importance of tracking your overall progress, not just obsessing over that final score. You want to look for gradual improvements in these specific areas. Are you getting better at accuracy? What about speed? Overall confidence? Are you making fewer of those careless mistakes? Do you have better time management? True, lasting progress happens gradually across all of these metrics.
Section 5. Staying in control, mastering the pressure. As we wrap things up today, our overarching philosophy is this. The goal isn't to magically eliminate nerves, it's to learn how to stay in control of them. Imagine you've made it to the finish line, question 40 of 40, and you're submitting that final answer about Arav's toy soldiers with total unwavering confidence. That is exactly what we are working towards here. Practice tests are meant to make you comfortable with exam pressure, not more afraid of it. Every single test you take builds just a little more armor. So, let this be your ultimate takeaway and your empowering mantra for maintaining control throughout your entire 11+ journey. Breathe, focus, one question at a time, keep moving. I promise you, if you can just remember this simple sequence, you can conquer absolutely any test put in front of you. Now, if you want to put all these tools into action, you should definitely explore Aplaya's comprehensive 11+ preparation. They cover the whole shebang: maths, English, verbal, and nonverbal reasoning, and it's all available right at the Aplaya Learning Hub. It's a fantastic platform to really build your confidence up through regular, structured practice using exactly the techniques we've discussed today. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. You have the roadmap. You have the reset techniques. You know exactly how to reframe failure into actionable feedback. So, are you ready to take control of your next practice test? The timer is waiting, but this time you're the one in the driver's seat. Happy learning, everyone.